What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am super duper pumped for this video today. Oh my gosh, we are here to talk about the brand new prototype 400Z that Nissan just released last night on September 15th. I watched the unveil of the prototype live and I have so much to say about it. But I'm sure that there are plenty of brand new viewers on this channel right now because of the title of this video. So for those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. I would like to further introduce myself just a little bit so you guys have a little bit of background on me before you continue watching this video. So first off and foremost, my name is Lynch. I am a professional stunt driver, a local California car enthusiast, and a drift car builder that's got a very special place in her heart for Z chassis specifically. I own three 350Zs. I've always wanted a 240 or a 280Z. I'm currently looking for one, and I am super duper stoked about the new 400Z that Nissan just released last night. So the way that I would like to kick off this video is just by sharing my thoughts on the car, because I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions about this car. I've got some very strong opinions myself, but I figured the best way to do this is to involve some other people as well that are also enthusiasts. So one of the first people that I would like to call today is my dad. For those of you that are not so new to this channel, you are probably well aware of the fact that I involve my dad in every single thing that I do. He's my best friend, so I'm gonna call him on FaceTime really quick because I think that'll be the best way to start off this video and get his opinion on it. Let's go drop this bomb on him. Hey!
Hey, what's up, Ray?
Have you gotten a chance to check out the new 400Z yet?
No, I didn't get, I think you sent me a link or something to it.
Yes.
I heard my phone blink, and then I saw it, but I didn't have a chance.
Look at it.
I left it in here on the desk. Let me, hey, Cam, come on in. Yeah, I left it on the desk over here. Let me go look at it. Let me sit down. Freaking sit down for a second. Hold on for a second. Let me pull it out. You're talking about this thing?
Yes, that.
Wow. Wow, it looks pretty good. You know what? It looks like a cross of multiple Z's. Oh, look at the roof. I like the roof. Is that carbon fiber? Oh yeah, in the back looks like that other Model Z. I think it's like the 300. Remember the 300?
Yes, the 300 and the 240. But I think I want to get one and the release date is in 2020. So I have some time, but not that much time.
I mean, you got almost 500 horsepower in this thing. What do you think that thing's going to be putting out?
I think that car could probably put out an easy 500 because
it says it's a twin turbo too.
Yes, it's a 3.0 liter twin turbo, so they downsize their displacement from the 370Z and from the 350Z, but now we have twin turbo, which we haven't had in a Z since the 300Z.
Too. I like the cockpit. It's pretty built around you, looks like.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
Look at that! It's got a full brake, not a button. Maybe it works like a regular e-brake.
Yup. And it's available in manual transmission in 2021.
Oh, really? They got a well, of course, only a real car would have a manual transmission.
Well, the Toyota Supra that they just released doesn't have a manual transmission option.
The Supra doesn't have a stick?
Nope.
At all? Not available?
Nope.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Nissan was definitely trying to save the manuals, but from what is rumored, they're going to put a Q60 engine in that car, which is a 3.0 liter twin turbo. It's called the VR30 DDTT. So, from the research that I've done, the VR30 can actually bolt straight up to the CD09 transmission that the Z has been using since 2002.
Huh. Well, the other thing is, it'd be interesting to be able to tune it if it has a programmable ECU on it. You could probably really get some horsepower, easily get an addition. You said you think it's got 400?
I think it's going to be between like 300 and 400 from the factory.
Well, I mean, like the 1JZ, I mean, with a fuel injection updates and a few other things, you could probably pull an easy 500 horsepower out of this thing. It's 3.0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at this. Is that Brembo's?
Look at how big the brakes are!
Holy smokes, the brakes are almost as big as the wheel.
Finally! Like, we've been doing big brake kits on the Z's for so long.
Holy cow, what is
The wheels are huge.
Yeah, they almost look as big as the ones on my bed.
Yep.
Do you really need another car?
When don't we need another car? Why wouldn't we need another car is the question.
Are you gonna let me slide it?
If we can get the diff welded.
You probably won't be able to weld this diff. Not with it's probably got electronic rear end in it.
But they did base their research and their studies to develop this chassis off of the 370Z. They based it off of all the other Zs, so I feel like the parts are going to be interchangeable enough that we might get lucky and keep a differential, or at least I think that we're going to be able to bolt in a different differential. Like, if the sizing is the same, we might have interchangeable parts to the point where we can just weld a diff from an old car and put it in that car for, you know, research purposes.
Yeah, but the real deal is all the electronics that they have now, they probably have it programmable. I mean, it is a real sports car.
I mean, Tesla came out with a drift mode on their cars, so I wouldn't be surprised. All the Z enthusiasts know what the Zs are capable of on the track. They know it's a driver's car.
Your favorite, they got the red line at 7,000 RPM.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, hopefully I'll get a phone call, do a commercial or something, and I'll tell you all about it.
You better hope that I don't take your job.
You're in Canada, so I ain't worrying about it. Yeah, I'm over here. I got a better chance of hopping in one and doing the job than you do. It looks like a nice car. I mean, if I like it, maybe I'll get one.
Ah. All right. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I gotta get back to work. I'll talk to you. I gotta get the cement poured and start hanging these things.
All right, Dad.
All right, let's go. All right, see you later, kid. Have fun in Canada.
Bye. Alrighty, first things first, I would like to apologize for the lack of continuity that you are currently experiencing. I cannot tell you how much I hate wearing contact lenses. They are so uncomfortable. I had to wear them for something earlier, but I just had to put my glasses on so I could be comfortable before I make this next phone call. But something that I would like to mention is that, of course, I have been completely engulfed in the internet recently, and I've just been reading all of the comments, all of the forums, and everything possible on social media about this brand new 400Z prototype that Nissan just released. And the one consistent complaint that I am hearing from everyone on the internet is that everyone hates the front end of this car, which they're probably referring to the front bumper of this car. I'm gonna agree. Not the biggest fan. I don't think it's the most aggressive front bumper I've ever seen in my entire life, but you guys have to remember to keep an open mind about this car. First of all, it's a prototype. Second of all, Zs are literally like the king of the aftermarket industry, okay? Somebody is gonna release a brand new front bumper for this car that's gonna be much more aggressive and much more stylized, in my personal opinion, within months of the car being released to the public. So I'm keeping an open mind. I think that some people are gonna come up with really sick wide body kits for this car and really, really fantastic front bumpers, back bumpers, body kits, the whole 9 yards. So I'm trying to keep an open mind here because I have absolutely no doubt that this is gonna take over the aftermarket scene super duper quickly as soon as companies get their hands on the car enough to do some research and development and start making some parts. So that's my 2 cents on that. Next up, I would like to call a really good friend of mine, Aaron UCB. He is a fantastic photographer, hardcore enthusiast for everything classic, and just so happens to love Datsun so much that he drives a 510 around on a regular basis. So I want to give him a call and see if he's got some time to talk about this brand new 400Z.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, do you have some time right now?
Yeah, what's up?
Can you set up your camera? Because I've got a very important question for you.
Set up my camera? Okay, I can do that.
Just set up your camera and start recording and let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. What's up?
Okay, give me your opinion on the 400Z. I know you've done some research on it already.
Well, I mean, it's touchy because there's so much heritage that goes with it that, like, there's a lot of different opinions. And me personally, actually, you know what? Before we even get into that, where are you on it? Do you like it or hate it?
I think this car has so much potential, honestly. Like, I'm trying to keep a very open mind with this. I know I get what Nissan was trying to do. I get that they were trying to kind of morph all of the Zs together and make one, like, the ultimate Z, essentially. So I'm trying to keep an open mind. but I like it. I want one. I think I want to get one for, you know, research purposes, of course.
Okay. Well, yeah, absolutely. Strictly for research. Only research.
But I know you're
Yeah,
a Datsun
I don't know.
enthusiast, so I'm really interested in hearing what you have to
Yeah.
say.
I, like, just flat out don't like it.
Really?
I don't like any of it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's too much of a mix of everything. Like, I feel like they took literally like a 370Z and go, okay, how can we change it? All right, let's throw the butt of a 300Z on there and kind of the resemblance of a 240 in the front. I mean, they could have at least, since it's turbo, they could have gone with like a 280 and put like louvers on the front. That would have been better.
Ah, louvers.
But like, I feel like they just missed the mark. I just feel like they missed key cues. Like, if it would be cool if they made it to where it's like you look from the profile side and it's a 240Z. You look from the rear, you're like, oh my god, that's a 300Z. You know, like, that would be cool if they took those distinct angles and made these things, you know, made the car look like specific cars based on the distinct angles. But the problem is they tried smoothing it out too much, in my opinion. This is all my opinion. They tried smoothing it out too much, and so they took away from the distinctive feature that made the body lines of that specific chassis recognizable.
And I think they're trying to mix retro and modern to make it fit the modern driver, essentially, but still be retro. But I think that you can get like a retro exterior. I don't think anybody really cares about the exterior of the car so much as the interior is what they want to be modern and new and have all the bells and whistles and the gadgets and stuff. But if you didn't have to compare it to the old Z generations, what would you think of the car by itself? Knowing that this is still a prototype.
Still don't like it. Yeah, I still don't like it.
Thanks for your opinion and thanks for your time.
Yeah, no worries.
Alright, it's getting pretty late over here. I have officially been talking about the brand new 400Z prototype for 90% of my day, but I could not finish this video without talking to one very specific person that I am very interested to hear their thoughts. And that is no one less than Mr. Society himself. He is probably stoked on this, but I have to ask him. I gotta see. Let me see if I can get him on FaceTime. I wanted to call you to ask you what your opinion is on the new 400Z. I'm sure you've seen it already, huh?
Yeah, no, I saw it on the release.
Do you love it or do you hate it?
I mean, to be honest, what's there not to like about it? I mean, it is twin turbo, stick shift, and I mean, it's a sports car from Nissan, so I don't mind it besides a couple of adjustments I'd hope for from the front and the rear end, but for the most part, I think it's a go. I've been seeing a lot of renders already out there that are kind of like giving it a much better look out of it, so I mean, it is what it is if it comes out like that out of factory, but you know, there's always going to be aftermarket bumpers coming out that are going to definitely change the front end.
I mean, like, of all people, I'm sure you've seen like 100 renders already, even though it's barely been 24 hours since the car has like been out. Do you think that they look like that much better? Like, what are you seeing? Like, I'm sure like for you, because you have like such a huge following of the Z enthusiasts and stuff, I'm sure you're seeing like everything of everything.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of renders already, honestly, just like the Nismo editions and just slammed or on different wheels, which are pretty cool. And so I know that as soon as that car drops, there's going to be a lot of aftermarket parts already coming out for it. But like I said, it's not a bad start. It is a little interesting on the headlights too, but I think they'll grow. The little changes.
I don't really know how I feel about the headlights. Like, I think that's the one thing that I'm really stuck on is like, I don't know why they just remind me of a Fiat. I've heard a lot of people say that it kind of like reminds them of like an Aston Martin for whatever reason, but I just like, every time I see the headlights, I see Fiat. I don't see Z like at all for the headlights specifically. I honestly, like, I'm kind of stoked on it. Like, I really think that I want one. Yeah, no, I think it's good though. So you obviously, you're a Z enthusiast. You've got a Datsun and you also have a 350Z. Do you think that it like represents the original generations of the Z well, or do you feel like it's like kind of a mesh of all of them. Like, what do you think? Like, I want to know, like, if you like really love it, or like, what do you think about it?
I kind of like it. I feel like it takes a little bit of all the other generations, especially from the old school Datsun to the 300 on the rear taillights. It flows pretty well overall. I mean, it is a little more of a newer body shape style, but for the most part, there's potential in the build, and it already being twin turbo is a bonus.
I know. I like the idea of the twin turbo because I don't think we've had one in a Z since the 300, right? Because the 300 came with twin turbo at one point. Yeah, I like the idea of that. I think that's something that Nissan definitely, like, I think that was a good move on their end. I think it's something that, like, we kind of wanted, or like a couple people wanted. I don't know. I love turbos, so I just feel like that was something that was good for Nissan. But like, we went from, like, we have smaller displacement now. Like, the engine's smaller than the last couple of Zs, and I'm not really sure how I feel about it now that they changed, like, the naming system, I guess. Like, they went from naming the car after, like, the displacement of the engine to now, like, I don't know what this is. Is this like a horsepower or something? Like like they're naming it after the horsepower or something? I get it, I guess, from like a marketing standpoint, though they had to like keep going in order. But like, it's throwing me off a little bit. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know they haven't officially released the name of it, but everyone's just been guessing it's the 400Z.
Oh, I guess that's true, because they're still calling it like the Z Proto. They're like reminding us that it's still a prototype, you know?
Yeah, but they haven't released a full name for it, so we'll find out. It could be even fairly easy.
Ah, that's true. I think that they could call it something like really cool, like the 3ZT or something would be kind of sick. Because like the way that this car is supposedly going to be set up with the V6 twin turbo, it just reminds me of the 300Z. But I guess I get it that they can't like actually name it a 300Z again, even though it's a 3.0 liter. Like, I get it, but I think like a 3ZT would be kind of cool. Like, it's like very modern in comparison to what everything else has been called. Is there anything that you're like in love with, or like?
I really like the interior, honestly. Out of all of the things that are on there, the interior, I think it was pretty up there. You know, to whatever else is up there available on the market.
Oh my god,
so
yeah.
Pretty cool.
The interior got me. I was like, I would not change anything about it. Unless if it doesn't have heated seats. I'd be pretty upset if it doesn't. But other than that, like, I think the interior is like so perfect. So perfect.
Yeah, it's up to date for sure. I mean, it's fresh, so.
How stoked are you that we get a manual transmission?
I'm pretty stoked. I know everybody was. That's the number one question everybody kept on asking since day one. Can it be automatic or stick shift option?
I mean, well, they did the Supra with just an automatic, right? Like, you can't even get the new Supra in a stick, like, at all.
I think they played it smart on that end, because they weren't probably ready for a stick shift system. But, you know, the Nissan always got to come in first.
Have you seen these comments about people saying that it needs a T-top?
I did see that. I was kind of interested. I mean, it'd be a cool option.
You think so?
Something a little more unique, or, you know, maybe the open roof, some kind of option like that. I
personally hope that we get like a sunroof, because we haven't had one in a 350Z or 370Z, and honestly, like, the inside of the car feels kind of dark sometimes. But I don't know. I mean, like, a T-top, like, I think that would be okay if you just like make that, I guess, a very customizable option. Like, if you're gonna go into Nissan and like build your car, you know what I mean, like, from the ground up, and you get to pick like everything. I know that a couple manufacturers will do that, you know, like, I know that like Mini Cooper does stuff like that. I think BMW does that too, and you can build like your entire package of your car and get everything that you want. I think a T-top would be a cool option for that, but personally, like, I think if I saw a T-top on like the showroom floor, I'd be like, what is that? But it's probably because of my age. Honestly, I'm sure like the original, the OG guys would probably appreciate it, but I think for me, like, personally, I'd be like, what is that? I don't need that. I would like a sunroof though. I think a sunroof would be sick. Did any of the older Zs have sunroofs? Do you know? Because I don't know if they ever did or not.
Yeah, there was definitely a few of them that came with that had the sunroof option, but it wasn't that many.
Really? Dang, I didn't even know that. Wow.
What color do you think you'd get the new Z?
What do you think? Oh my god.
I know.
I
But what if there wasn't that color that you wanted to get?
if they don't make it in like a Daytona blue, honestly, I'd probably just like go super classic and get like black or white, and then I'd honestly probably get the car wrapped like right after driving it away from Nissan. Like, I don't think that I could like have that car in any other color. I love blue so much. Obviously you like blue because your beautiful car back there is also blue. But yeah, I just, man, I imagine that car in blue. I even went to the extent of putting the car in Photoshop like minutes after I finally got like a good photo of it off of the internet, and I literally changed the color of it in Photoshop just to see what it would look like in the blue. Would you get one? Do you think you would get one?
I would definitely get one.
Really?
Once with a little modifications, it has potential. So
yeah, I think
I don't see why not.
I think that the aftermarket, like, I'm really not that worried. Even if the front bumper does end up looking the way that it does with the prototype, I think that like I'm not that worried about it. I feel like the aftermarket world, like the Z's are literally like the kings of the aftermarket world. There's so many different options that we have for the Z's. Like there's like literally like so many different front bumpers, back bumpers, side skirts, everything that you can choose from for these cars already. I just like I'm imagining that this is probably going to be exactly that, if not next level, you know, especially as the years go on and stuff. So I'm not that worried about like the body kit parts. I just have to like the very basics of the chassis that you're not going to replace, like doors, and then you're probably not going to get fenders for a second. I'm sure that have you seen any wide body kit renders yet?
I know some people actually posted the Rocket Bunny prototype
What?
size renders.
You have to send that to me. I haven't even seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's honestly pretty on point for the most part.
Oh my god.
So I was kind of excited to see those.
Oh my god.
But I'm waiting for a couple of other renders. I'm pretty sure they'll have one for Liberty Walk and all the other big companies.
Oh my god.
Yep, I'm thinking wide body kit's already out within like a few weeks, guaranteed.
I think that the front bumper is going to be one of the first things that's released with that car aftermarket wise.
Yeah, it's going to be a bunch of new bumpers, especially the front ones are going to be the first
I mean, like, the aftermarket industry is listening to what the, you know, consumers are wanting and what everybody's saying. Like, they're the ones that are really listening to all the comments and, like, all the opinions and everything. And, like, the front end is the biggest, quote-unquote, like, complaint that I have seen so far with...
I agree.
Yeah, with this car. So I think that people are going to jump on it really quick. So I'm not worried. I'm sure we'll find a more aggressive front bumper. I actually saw one render that, like, it already had a really... I actually have seen two renders that it had, like, really, like, a really aggressive front bumper. Like, 2 or 3. How fast are you guys going to try to make some freaking louvers for that car?
Honestly, I'll probably talk to Henry. I know he's going to be like, as soon as we get one in, we'll get on it right away.
Because you guys really, like, what do you guys really need to be able to do that? You just need, like, the rear window, or you need the whole car?
We need the whole car.
Oh.
Just want to be precise and want to make sure that the hatch closes properly. There's no clearance issues.
Yeah.
So little small things like that, but definitely would want to get on that right away. Waste no time.
But I hope that the Z parts are pretty interchangeable, because I think that, like, when people start actually getting their hands on these 400Zs, that they're gonna start trying to see what's, you know, swappable in the car right away.
That'd be pretty interesting. If that happens, I know a lot of people are gonna be pretty happy about that, being able to swap out the parts.
I mean, yeah, because then you don't have to go welding the diff right away. You can get an old diff and weld it and throw it in there and, like, take it to the track right away and see what happens. Another thing that I read super duper duper deep in the internet is that if they did use the VR30 engine from the Q60, I believe that the CD transmission that has been in the most current generation of Zs, the 350Z, 370Z, actually lines up. Like, yeah, like I heard that, like, all the transmission bolts and everything where it mounts to the actual engine, like, I've heard that everything lines up. And when I was looking at the two on the internet, I think the only thing that they would really have to do would be to change the clutch and flywheel to make it work. So I'm kind of interested in that because I know they're still making CD trans right now.
Yeah, you can still get them from the
Like
dealership
brand
itself.
new, that's insane.
They're still they're pretty available.
That's crazy.
I mean, if they're interchangeable, that's gonna be a bonus for everybody. But I mean, if they make something more reinforced, I mean, I don't see that as a bad thing.
That's true. I mean, I guess they could make some upgrades on it. I just hope that there's some stuff that's like interchangeable or that will work, you know what I mean? Well, I'm glad that you're excited about the car. I'm really excited about the car too.
Yeah,
I'm excited that you guys are going to try to get on top of making louvers really quick because that's going to be one of the first things. That's like literally one of my favorite things about both of my cars, like, is my louvers. I was so stoked when I finally got some.
Yeah, I definitely gave it that aggressive touch on there. Pretty sure you always showing love.
Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. I'm really excited about this car, and I hope you are too. It seems like you are, so.
Yep.
Let me know if you get one in the shop because I'm going to want to come and see it.
You already know.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Damn, you're still here? I can't believe that you made it this far to the end of the video because I just made it to the end of this video on my computer while I was editing it, and holy crap, this was a long freaking video. Seriously, if you guys are still here, thank you so much for sticking around. Please, if you have thoughts on the 400Z, comment them below. I want to know what you guys think. It's been a little bit over a week since the release date of the 400Z Proto, and honestly, the more and more that I'm seeing of this car and the more renders that I'm seeing, the more I am falling in love with it. So I'm just going to put it out into the universe because that's been my thing recently. I want one. I'm trying to talk to some people over at Nissan and people that are connected to Nissan to see if I can get my hands on one and get some more information on it. It's not like technical spec information that I need to know because honestly, like, y'all know me, I'm not going to leave the car alone and just leave it completely the way that it comes from the factory. But I do want to know, like, when this car is going to be released to the public, if we're going to be able to pre-order them and stuff like that. So putting it out into the universe, if you have any kind of connection, please send it my way. Anyway, if you guys have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you would share this video with one of your friends that might be a Z enthusiast, or you think somebody that could get something out of this video. That would help me so much. But for now, click all of the internet things below, you know, the like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTuber things that they tell you to do. And I will be seeing you guys in the next video where I'm going to have some exciting news and we're going to go on a little bit of an adventure. So until then, bye for now.